Okay, welcome to the Opportunities with EJD Webinar 9.0. The goal of this particular webinar is to learn how to use AI for scholarship and job search. And I know this is very important in this age of AI. Now, how I actually arrived at this is that you know, many times you're looking for job, you're looking for scholarship, you're looking for this or that. And for instance, as a mathematician, right? If I need a mathematics job in the world right now, if I'm going to America, I'll be looking at mathjobs.org, or generally speaking, if I'm just looking for an academic job, there's highered.org. Then if you go to Canada, they have their own. You go to Ireland, they have Ireland. They have, I think, Ireland.org or something like that. And you have all of these things scattered all over the place. So sometimes it can get frustrating that you're moving from one place to another, And then I just got this brainwave that, instead of having to look around, no matter how hard you search, there's some information you won't even get. And by the time I stumbled on being able to use AI to get these things done, I discovered that, AI will just help you aggregate all the information and in one place. And there are two main AI I use right now, because of course the basic thing I do is I develop mathematics curriculum as I teach maths and data science on my YouTube channel. Then I also get to maybe make presentations and things like that. And there are many tools. In fact, there are so many tools that you can get confused. You don't even know which one to use. So for me, what I do is, if the tools I'm using currently don't serve a particular need, then I can now look for another one. But as far as they are serving what I need them for right now, I don't jump around, because you can really get confused. So I've really mastered using ChatGPT for maybe things like, maybe I want to draft a document, or maybe I want to debug codes or write codes and things like that. And then when it comes to having like intellectual conversations that is data backed, so I like Grok, because Grok, whatever Grok is giving you, it is doing it based on evidence. Of course, ChatGPT is beginning to do that now, but I don't think it is as good as Grok when it comes to, if you ask Grok any question, you see it searching for information, so at the end of the day, it gives you something that is based on facts, to a very large extent. And that's why I actually recommend Grok, especially when it comes to searching for job, or maybe you want to, sometimes maybe I want to learn about a particular topic, maybe not maths this time around, maybe just maybe sometimes I go theological. I just want to learn, like I'm currently writing a book on a mathematical journey through the Bible. So if I want to do maybe some theological questions, like some very high level stuff like that, I like to do that with Grok. So we keep bantering, and I keep getting ideas from that. So that's why, of course, you can use any tool you like, any tool that is perfect for you. But for this particular case, I recommend Grok, and that's why I gave the instruction previously that you can do that. All right. So without saying too much, let me just go straight. I already have some people who have volunteered their information. For instance, I have Peter Oni, who doesn't mind that we use his information to there's something I need to do. So I think I want to collect all the information in one place, so that I can just pick them from there. So Peter Oni is first, or in fact, I don't even have to add the name, because the name is not even necessary, right? But once I'm doing a particular situation, you know it's you. So you already know it's you, because it's not necessary to have your name added. Then after Peter, I'll have Adedayo Adekunle. Once you see your information, you know it is you. So so I don't even have to mention any name. But of course, if you don't mind, I may ask you, because sometimes you may need to fine-tune. Maybe after getting some information, you can now be asked to give maybe some more information to tailor the search better. So in that case, if you don't mind speaking, you are very free to give more information. I think I have 3 so far. I have 3. Yeah, I have 3 so far. All right, so I think that's fine. So I'll start sharing my screen now, and then we get cracking. Okay. Okay, I also have something from, I remember there's something from Afolabi. Yeah, Afolabi has his info here. But the way you wrote it, Afolabi, please write it better, because Canada, UK, USA, I don't understand. Is that where you live and things like that, right? write the information. I need whatever in this place. Do that. So if you refine it, you can repost here or put it on WhatsApp. So let me start sharing. It looks like before you're able to use Grok, you have to be on X, I think. But on my phone, I think I also have an app for Grok, but I think it may not work on its own without me being on X. So if I want to go for X, I just come here. For Grok, rather, I just come here, and if you're on X, you just see Grok here. So I mean, it's already open right here. So I'll use the first information. This person has a bachelor's degree, Bachelor of Arts in History and International Studies. CGPA is 4.71. You didn't tell us where you live and all that, but it's okay. Looking for fully funded master or PhD in African History, International Relations and Security Studies. You did not tell us the locations. Peter, you want to update this, right? So I'll move on to the next person who has a detailed information. So if you want me to use it, even for yourself, it's better you have a detailed thing, like so that everything, every ground will be covered as much as possible. So please do that. Okay. Having to admit people. This is one each. Okay. Scheduled Simon Nicholas. Okay. Yes, so I'm here now. So I'm using this other information. This person has a bachelor's degree in mathematics from the Federal University of Technology, Akure. Graduated with CGPA of 4.48 as the third best student in the department. Nice information. Founder. Okay, yeah, all this. So I just gave it to Grok, and I'll just say go. And then you can see it's searching the web for information. And wow, that was fast. So straight up, here's a tailored overview of promising opportunities. So it's recommending. In fact, one thing this is going to do is it will even give you some information you don't know even exist in the first place. So because this person has specified he wants opportunities in Canada, UK, US, UK, Canada, Netherlands, Germany, and other European countries, right? So it's coming up with Chevening Scholarship, Fulbright Foreign Student Program, Commonwealth scholarships, that scholarship in Germany, Erasmus. So one thing it actually does is most of the times it helps to tell you what you should actually be focusing on. Someone is, yeah. Okay. So sometimes I just like to go to the end. So the next steps, so after all the stories, see the next step it's recommending. So you can craft a strong CV or resume emphasizing quantifiable Math Haven impact. So e.g., how many students have you helped since you started Math Haven? How many countries have you reached? Do you have students across the world? I know that's possible these days. Problem solving outcomes. So how have you helped somebody that you taught to get to pass a particular exam? Leadership as CEO and academic excellence. Of course, you have all of this going for you. Then research and apply. Prioritize. So it's telling you to prioritize Chevening, Fulbright, and that for scholarship, and set fully funded PhD education technology or master scholarship edtech for specific. So you see, it's giving you even further information on what you can do. And for networking, you can connect on LinkedIn with alumni from your target programs or edtech professional. So, I mean, this is another wisdom right here. I know people who have literally got scholarships or jobs or internships by just going into the DM of somebody you wouldn't have met in real life. So you just go into their DM and tell them, oh, when you tell people something, for instance, I know a guy who was in 400 level in footer and was going on internship in an oil company that probably wouldn't have winked at him if he had gone there himself. So he just saw a footer alumnus who was highly placed in the same oil company. So he just went into the person's DM, and that was how he did his IT at was it Mobile or Shell? I'm not sure which one now. So now it's giving you extra information on what you can even do. So it has recommended the key scholarships, that you should be thinking about. Fulbright, Chevening, and all that. Of course, the situation in the US these days, the visa situation is a bit dicey. So of course, so you may want to consider more options. Then, yeah, you have the connection thing. Then timing with availability for the next academic cycle, aim for fall 2026 or 2027 intakes. Many deadlines are 6 to 12 months ahead. Now, active scholarship times for most countries is actually like between, especially the US and other places, between September and December. That's very active period for scholarship applications. But of course, you have Erasmus, which seems to be rolling. It keeps going like that. So I think another one you want to consider also is Erasmus. I think that's very popular these days with many mathematics people. Um, do you want? Is there something here you want us to explore further, or you're fine? I did. I did.
Yes. I think we can look at the. Can you scroll down so that I can see?
Okay.
Okay, I can. This is Hope. Okay, it was recommending Chevening Fulbright that for scholarships and all.
Right.
So yeah, we can look at that further and see how it
Oh,
goes.
which of them should I start with? Chevening, Fulbright, or Dad?
Yes, let's start with that. I think that is for Europe. So
No, that is for Germany. So if I was going to recommend, I think that
Germany.
is very solid.
Yes,
So
yes.
let's
So let's
explore.
start with that. See.
Yeah, so that's going. I'm exploring that. Let me admit people who are okay. Somebody just is knocking at the door. Yeah. Okay, so we go on to that. Yeah. So here's detailed exploration of that. So that has targeted programs for masters and sometimes PhD in Germany. Public universities in Germany generally charge no or very low tuition semester, blah blah. So scholarships focus on living costs and extras. So yeah, so you have maths in industry and commerce programs. Let me see. Let's pick universities. Okay, well, most times me, I just like to go to the end because that's where it is distilling all the information and telling you actual
Mm,
action to take. Uh, okay, so for that you have to find programs and things like that. So it's the next step. Visit that.de scholarship database and search for EPOS, STEM, or masters plus your interest. So like maybe you can check for STEM maths, EPOS maths, or whatever. Download the latest EPOS brochure and deadline list for 2026, 2027. Contact specific course coordinators for admission details. So you have all the information there. Prepare your motivation letter early, and because it carries significant weight. Towards the end, it gives you very punchy ideas you can follow like that. Um, is there something else you want to explore on this?
okay, no, not for now. We can just proceed, but I will do this myself. I already saw
Yeah,
the
so you
way
can
you
do this
were
yourself.
working with it. Yes,
Exactly.
all right. So it's yeah.
But in your case, you may have to be more patient in reading through. But most times, I know it's giving
Yeah.
the real action I need to take now. It's coming by the end of it. And if you can get that, that is very prestigious. In fact,
Mm,
but when I was applying for scholarships, I got so tired applying that, I got to a point where at first rejections were making me. I'm not sure. I don't know if the word is depressed, right? But after at some point, I developed a tough skin that, oh, once we are sorry to announce that blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, next scholarship, please. So when I was applying to Japan, I already had that forms downloaded on my computer that, oh, if this Japan thing no work, that was the next. So and
yeah.
thankfully Japan worked after I tried several others. So I think you want to develop that tough skin because one thing about scholarships is
Yeah.
they will whine you rejection
Mm,
letters, but
mm,
don't break,
mm,
don't break. So like that.
mm.
Okay, so I'll take. Thank you very much. I did Dyer
Thank you
for
so
that.
much, sir. Yeah.
Peter, are you ready now? Peter, are you ready with an updated information? Okay, yeah, I think
Yes, sir.
Peter.
I've sent it to
Okay, yeah.
your DM.
All right. Okay. But even this location is looking not so. I don't know. Okay, we'll just explore like that. So, okay. So I'll just go back here and clear the history. Clear history. Um, so this is a fresh one now. For a historian, most of the time scholarships for humanities can be quite scarce. Okay. It's already acknowledging you have a very high CGPA. So that you have that going for you. So 4.71 in arts and history and international studies. So now whatever Grok is giving, it's researching it, it's checking it out, and it's all right. So with your Bachelor of Arts in History and International Studies and an outstanding CGPA of 4.71, that is equivalent to having like 3.8 in the US. You are very competitive candidate of fully funded graduate programs. Well, like I like to say, of course, in your case, you may not want to take your time to read step by step, but the distilled information is like towards the end. Okay, okay. Before I come back to that, I think somebody is waiting to be admitted. Let me see. Okay. Right. So the next step it's recommending is prioritize PhD for the best funding odds, then target 8 to 12 programs. Can you hear that? Like mixed history, like African focus, political science and international relations, and African studies. So funding verification, always confirm on the department website, like all admitted PhD students receive full funding. So you should target schools that anybody admitted. I think Princeton University has that kind of thing. Like once they admit you, you automatically get funding. So you want to look for schools like that, not like schools that. In fact, sometimes even when some schools want to give you partial funding, that even if they are paying 90%, the 10% remaining is still a lot. So you want to get full funding as much as possible. Okay, I think this one is focusing so much on the US, but let's see. Okay, we have something from Australia here. Australia National University, PhD in International Political and Strategic Studies. You can already, okay, well, if there's something you want me to explore further, we can do that after now. Then there's Australia Award Scholarships, fully funded masters and limited PhD for citizens of eligible African countries. It covers full tuition, living stipend, travel, health insurance, and more. I hope every other person you are doing your own at your end, like on your phone or your computer. So in Canada, you have University of Toronto, PhD in history. UBC has PhD in history too. Carleton has collaboration PhD with specialization in African studies. Okay, Peter, is there anyone you like us to explore further? Okay, there are some US. Well, like I said, the US can be diced. Yeah, see the Princeton I was talking about, MIT or Princeton, PhD in political science. They have full funding and subfields in international relations and security studies. Allow Africa focused research, e.g., African security and conflict. Well, if you can get into MIT or Princeton, that would be so lovely. And there's full funding like that. Getting in can be quite tough, but if you can get in, you have funding automatically. So you have those there for you. Your CGPA in particular is very helpful for you in this regard. So, and is there any of these things you want us to explore a bit further? Or sometimes you can even look at the specific African history research topics, application statements. Okay, no, we don't need all that. Is there something you want us to explore further on this?
Oh no, no, sir. I think probably we should give him for others.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So you can take it. You can continue on your device. So let me look at
Yes, I
another
will continue from there.
profile.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, thank you. So let's see this. This person has bachelor engineering. I don't know who this person. Oh, okay, Ayo Oluwafemi. Ayo Oluwafemi. Let's see. Okay, Bachelor of Engineering, Metallurgical and Material, FUTA, CGPA 3.60, 2017, 34 years. Yeah, it's very important, the age thing, because in Japan, in fact, when I was coming to Japan, I was only 2 months qualified. If I didn't come the year I came to Japan, I wouldn't have been qualified the following year. So that's why the age thing is also important. Okay, Spain, Italy, Germany, Finland, Poland, Japan, and Hong Kong. So your Bachelor of Engineering in Met and Math equivalent to roughly UK 2.2 or low 2.1, depending on the conversion scheme. Yeah, that's actually 2.1 in Nigeria, right? But of
Yes.
course, it's CGPAs are important, but if you are ready to put in the work, like there's a scholarship for everybody as far as you are ready to put in the work for sure. So let me see the last thing it's even recommending. So you should shortlist like 5 to 8 programs across 2 to 3 countries like Germany, Finland, Poland for affordability. Yeah, Poland can be very affordable for sure. Then Japan, HK for prestige if scholarships align. So for this, I think the CGPA can be quite a bit of an issue. Then you want to check entry requirements. Yeah. So with your CGPA, right? You may want to, if you're able to afford IELTS or TOEFL, as I recommend IELTS, in fact, you may want to check that out. So then there's also that recommended for you. Next, of course, you can try with Next too, although the competition for those of them isn't great, but you can definitely try this out. Let me see specific things.
I'm
For Hong
preparing
Kong,
for next already. I don't know.
they're preparing for Next.
But yes,
Yeah,
I've
not a
downloaded
bad
the.
idea. It's going to come this year. It's going to be out this month, I think. Yeah, I mean, don't just put in your best. Just put your best feet forward and see what's going to happen. Yeah. So the CGPA might be a challenge, but do you have a master? Okay, you have just bachelor's degree yet, right?
Yes, just bachelor degrees.
Okay. Because sometimes what I also advise is if you have not so impressive CGPA, you may want to do your master's and hit it very hard, and that can actually be the that can also help. But of course, you can all of course definitely put in one thing that happens is if you don't apply, you have lost already, right? But if you apply, the worst that will happen is you won't be accepted. Even people that have first class,
Yeah.
I mean, you can apply for 100 scholarships and maybe you only get one that will make you forget all your stress at the end of the day, right? So,
Yes.
like that. All right. So, do you want us to explore something further on this one?
Uh, concerning the, you can scroll up, sir. Like
Okay. So, just a minute. I think there's
the
someone
okay.
waiting. Okay. Yeah. Up, right?
Yes, you were saying something about the IELT.
IELTS is English exam. That's International English Language Testing System or something.
Okay.
So that's a test of English.
Okay. So I don't know those countries. I don't know the ones that accept like maybe certificates of English proficiency from the ones I passed high institution. Like if you have
Oh
a letter
yeah.
of English proficiency.
Oh, that's true. So in that case, you want to check specifically which universities don't mind all of that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's fine. So if once you identify anyone you're interested in, so you can go, you can actually go into that, so you can dig deeper into it.
Yes. Sir.
And check if they want IELTS or not. But for me, if you have IELTS and TOEFL, the test of English. But if you ask me which I prefer, I prefer IELTS. I've written IELTS. I know many people who have written IELTS. I feel TOEFL is too American, if you ask me. But IELTS is a bit of British, a bit of American, a bit of Canada, a bit of Canadian, a bit of Australian English. So that it's a bit it's friendlier, and I think I want to say cautiously, maybe even a bit more prestigious, or maybe a bit more acceptable even than TOEFL. I mean, it's more global than TOEFL, if you ask me. There are many other exam types, by the way, so it depends on. But IELTS can fill in most cases. All right. So, Abiola, you said you're not in the WhatsApp group. Maybe before we finish, I will give you the link to that. Or if somebody has the link to the WhatsApp group, please you can post it here. So I go on for Abiola next. Finish from Achievers in Owo. Okay, so let me just delete this. So yeah. So at the end of the day, the whole thing is just about prompting. Like, so if it gives you an information and you need to dig deeper. So for instance, maybe you want to go to a country where you can get residency when you are done, or maybe you don't need residency, all those things you can always ask. So with this person now, 4.80 in I think it's better if you write 4.80, you should put, is it over 5 or over 6? Very important, because I know UI uses like over 7. So if it is 4.80, is it over 5 or is it over 7? So if it is over 5, that's excellent. That's first class, right?
It's okay.
5, okay, yeah. Nice. Then, so this one is recommended. Focus on MSc in chemistry, industrial chemistry, applied chemistry, chemical engineering, or material science. For Canada, you can check Toronto, or UBC, or Alberta, or Waterloo, or McGill. Then UK universities with strong chemistry departments are like Manchester, Imperial. Yeah, with your first class, I think that can help a bit. Uh, somebody is noisy. Joel, please, if you unmute and you keep disturbing, I may have to remove you from the call, please. Yeah, so the realistic assessment and tips: your strengths, you have high CGPAs, STEM field in demand, and your age is cool. Potential gaps: work experience. Oh, okay. If you Chevening is for people who have at least 2 years of work experience, but not a problem. You have so many others. Now with your CGPA, right? Let's see. Industrial chemistry. Industrial chemistry is one of the most funded degrees, especially in the US. If not for the visa issue, I would have just said go to US. Especially, I know at least 3 chemists that studied in Clemson University. I think that is in South Carolina. So chemistry is one of the most funded across the world. So I think you shouldn't have too much of problem getting the specific case. Did you specify your countries? Okay, Canada, UK, and US. Canada, yeah, and there's this Vania Canada Graduate Scholarships. It's very highly competitive, but it's like the most prestigious scholarship anybody can get in Canada, I think. So, is there anything else you'd like us to explore here? Did I did I'm not sure I picked the name. Afolabi, right?
Yes, sir. Abiola.
Yeah,
Afolabi
is
is
there
the
Abiola, sorry. Is there something you like us to explore further here?
no, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. If you want us to use your city, but of course, you need more of digging. Let's see. Who do I have? Somebody else in my on WhatsApp here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. If you want to send anything again, maybe just send it. Oh, there is somebody from Olusegun Agagu University. Okay, that's Benga. Okay, let's see that. Metallurgical. Oh, is this the one we took the other time? Oh, this is different. Okay. So again, I'll remove this, or I can just open a new one. Yes, so 4.18, nice one. So if you want to come to Asia like Japan or Korea, they are very particular about age. So they want to admit people less than 35 for PhD or masters. Maybe less than, yeah, basically I think it's the same is applicable for Korea. So Netherlands, Ireland, Canada, UK, Germany, Belgium, USA. And you like to start by August 2027. Okay, so I mean you have plenty of time to plan ahead. Very important. Also, has this person graduated already, or you are just graduate? Yeah, maybe this is a recent. When did you graduate? Early this year, or you just 2026? This is interesting. Okay, so UCD MSc Environmental and Engineering Geoscience. Okay, I'll come to Barnabas Oguchi in a minute. Wow, this is your request. Get power. Thinking about your requests. Exploration geophysics. Well, before any results, each time I think about this US visa issue, so normally this with your program, I'll just recommend normally University of Michigan. They have a very solid geosciences thing. I get mails from them because I think I wrote a recommendation for one or two people there, and because as a result of that, they keep contacting me to recommend them to students. So, but the visa situation is what I'm not sure of. Okay.
Okay,
Excellent
sir.
profile for fully funded master's opportunities in your target field, environmental geophysics exploration. So if you're going to the Netherlands and Germany, these are your top recommendations. So you can check Idea League Joint Masters in Applied Geophysics. Have you heard about that before? IDEA
No,
League
sir.
Joint Master. So you want to note that that's your that's your number one recommendation. So they have a 2-year joint MSc in Applied Geophysics in TU Delft, Netherlands, and RWTH Aachen and Germany. Plus, I mean, these are, if you can study in any of those places, they are excellent places to study.
Yes, sir.
So
Okay, sir.
your
Thank you,
number
sir.
one is that IDEA League Joint Masters in Applied Geophysics. So you want to get that further, or you can just do the same on your device if possible. Then the second recommendation is Germany tuition free MSc Geophysics plus DAT scholarships. So if you get that scholarship, it's also that is like what that is to Germany, what next is to Japan. So that is excellent too. So the third option is Chevening. The only thing is that Chevening requires some job experience. Now, one thing about Chevening is that even if you have a 2-2 or even third class, maybe, as far as you have 2-year work experience, I think they're more particular about that, about work experience when it comes to Chevening. Then Ireland is excellent, especially I think UCD is UC. I think maybe UCD is their number one university or number two. Okay, they have partial funding but strong. Well, I mean, I don't subscribe to you getting a scholarship and then you're still looking for some money to make up the rest. For me, if it's going to be scholarship, let it be full. Except if you can, of course, some people can sincerely fund. Maybe you have a father or you have somebody who can really take care of the responsibilities. That's in fact what I advise most times is if you can afford to pay your way to wherever, if you do very well, you still end up getting scholarships. But I mean, if you don't have that, means that's where all this full funding thing is now important. Okay, other preferred countries: Canada, Belgium, USA. You have more competitive funding here. In Canada, strong geophysics programs like in Alberta. Alberta is like the Texas of Canada. That's where they have oil and gas too. And then there's Western University in Belgium. They have ARES or VLRI US. I don't know what all those are. Then there's Fulbright in the US too. But these days, the US, you want to tread cautiously because you may get admitted and not get visa. Although people still once in a while you still find people that get in. All right. Do you have any of these things you want us to explore? But don't forget your top recommendation. In fact, I feel like exploring this Idea League Joint Masters in Applied Geophysics. Is that fine for you?
Yes, sir. That is okay for me, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let me check. Let me explore this further. Let's see. Oh, but I think they have some links here even. Next steps, you need to bookmark this idealeague.org/admission, blah, blah, and TU Delft. So, but let me just go ahead and just check this out. So it's the beauty of AI here is that you don't have to, all these things you have in one place, you would have had to check different websites to get them. But here it's aggregating everything for you so you can then pick and choose what exactly you want. So the program structure and content, students move together as a cohort across 3 countries. Wow, this will be a nice one. So you'll be in Germany, you'll be in Switzerland, Zurich, and then of course, I think Aachen is in Germany or Netherlands. I'm not sure which one. So I think Delft is in Netherlands. So this program will take you through these 3 countries. So joint MS in Applied Geophysics with a detailed diploma supplement. Okay, of course. So I'll drop this link in your TU Delft International MSc application portal. So application process is central, but there's €100 application fee. Sometimes if you are trying to save money, you want to avoid schools that require application, that has application fees. Okay, so the prompt is okay, for instance, there's this person here. So I gave a template of what people can write, like the degrees they have, their CGPAs, when they graduated, their age, what the kind of scholarship they are looking for, and the countries they like to go to. So for like okay, before I move on to the next person, the Olusegun Agagu person, are you okay? Is it good? Have you taken note of
Yes,
this
sir.
idea, something?
Yes,
Are
sir.
you doing
I'm
it
okay,
on your
sir.
own
Thank you
device
for.
too? Okay,
Yes,
nice,
sir.
nice. So
I'm
you
doing
want to
it.
explore that further, right?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so all right. So please make sure you. So with this now, you don't have to go all over the place looking for going to different websites and everything. Okay, so I'm taking this prompt from Benga Isaiah Olowolagba, who has a geophysics Bachelor of Science degree from. Oh, I have many Olusegun Agagu people here. Interesting. 4.0. Okay, I think I've done this already. I think I've done this one. Okay, there is Moruf. Have I done for Moruf also? Okay, yeah, Barnabas Oguche, please go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Yes, sir. I dropped my own in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, can you put it in the chat here, if possible? That maybe I think every other person, you should drop it in the chat now, so that I would not so I can know everything is in one place. Sorry for the for making you do that twice. Okay, so I think I skipped. Is there someone I've skipped so far? Okay, let me see. Okay, I've done Abiola Afolabi. Then who else? Okay, there's Dada Moruf Olawale, a fellow mathematician. He did not tell us the school he graduated from, but let's see. Yeah, for a mathematician, I don't think you should even stress yourself. Go to check out Erasmus. Then, since you don't mind a country like Qatar, you can also consider Saudi Arabia, very robust place, like King Fahd University of Petroleum and Mines. They have a very Saudi, they splash money on these things. So, well, okay, let's see what Grok is going to tell us. So what I've just done is to put your information there. It's not that comprehensive, but it's fine. So most times I just like to go to the end and see action point. So it's saying the actionable plan now. In the short term, you can research 5 to 8 specific programs, universities per country. Okay, I mean for maths, we have a lot of information. If there's aims across Africa, South Africa, Ghana, Cameroon, and most of the times from aims can be a stepping stone to many other places. In fact, in Abuja there is AUST, African University of Science and Technology. They have international faculties at Girimawa in Abuja. It's more like schooling abroad in Nigeria. And from there too, you have easy access to many universities outside of Nigeria. Then there is ICTP. They have a postgraduate diploma. So with their postgraduate diploma, I know 1 or 2 people who went through their postgraduate diploma and then went on to masters and PhD programs later. So it's saying you can prioritize Canada. You can use the Vania route via university nomination. Then for Qatar, HBKU is quicker for Qatar, and for UK you can think Chevening, USA Fulbright and direct applications. Then of course you have to apply broadly for admission and funding. Your CGPA is not bad at all, so that can be an advantage for you. Yeah, your profile is promising. Many successful applicants start similarly. Focus on storytelling, your math journey, and future impact. If you share more details like research interest, did you share your research interest? I think that's the problem.
Actually,
so
I
just say,
okay.
Yeah, I gave
Actually,
you a
gamer.
template. If you had followed it, it will give you more tailored information. If you follow that template strictly,
I'm trying. Okay, I'm on it, rather.
yeah.
I'm on it, sir.
So this one is scanty. So like I always advise, you should have, for instance, I'm a mathematician. So when I was looking for a PhD scholarship, I identified 3 key areas: financial mathematics, mathematical biology, and mathematical optimization. So that way you have tailored information for you.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank
let
you,
me
sir.
see.
I'm on it,
Yeah,
sir.
all right. Okay, no stress. Okay, we have Barnabas Oguche. Okay, Barnabas, did you do it twice? Is the
Yes,
second one more updated?
My network was
okay.
bad, so.
All right. Okay, so I'm taking your information now, and okay, I can just open a new one instead of having to delete every time. So information management technology, Bachelor of Technology degree from Modibo Adama. Okay, yeah, nice. CGPA, wow, excellent. Yeah, I strongly recommend that you apply for MEXT, Oguche. I strongly recommend you apply for MEXT. That's but Japan is not part of your options, but you may want to consider Japan with your what you studied and your CGPA. I think, okay, I don't understand. You have 2 degrees. Oh, you have a diploma and then a degree.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, it's still highly recommended. Like for Germany, of course, that will be one of your options. Sweden, maybe Sweden International Scholarship, SI. For Netherlands, okay, I mean, if you're in agriculture, I highly recommend Netherlands for you. Wageningen University, they're as good as it gets when it comes to agriculture. And of course, we are thinking of the US, Purdue University, or almost any, especially Purdue University for agriculture. Okay. So National Diploma, Electrical Electronics, MSc Scholarship in Information Science, Data Science, Cybersecurity, Cloud Computing. Okay, I thought as much. Your number 1 recommendation is that scholarships in Germany. Germany is your strongest and most accessible option. Public universities charge no or very low tuition from like 0 to 500 euros. And with that scholarship, you don't even have to worry. So that scholarships, master studies in all academic disciplines, and it covers your stipend, travel allowance, and all that. So you have a strong bachelor's degree, which is a nice one. Good motivation letter, linking studies. Of course, you have to. I think if you check previous, I think I've been sharing all the webinars we've had on our on the Opportunities with EJD channel. So you want to, maybe if you don't get that, I'll share that again today, so you can follow. So you learn how to write a very good motivation letter and things like that. So highly recommended that. So I'm just going to copy this for you, so you can use the database to look for relevant scholarship. So you can get more information on that and then keep moving on from there. So this is for Oguche. I've just shared the DAD link. So that's for DAD now. Then, of course, just like I said, Swedish Institute Scholarship. I thought it was Swedish International. Yeah. So your second option is Swedish Institute Scholarship for Global Professionals. And then there is Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters. Looks like there's someone waiting to be admitted. Oh, Zoe is here. Then Netherlands and Canada, more competition and partial options. Well, like I said, if they say come and take partial scholarship, don't even bother. But if you can sincerely afford to pay the balance, that's fine. But I see a lot of people, they get a scholarship and then they start looking for money to balance up, or maybe they get admission and they're now looking for a scholarship separately. No, it's better to go for options where the scholarship comes with the admission, so you don't have to keep worrying yourself all over the place, right? So is that well taken, Oguchi? Is there something you want to explore further? So for Germany, that's scholarships. For Sweden, Swedish Institute Scholarship for Global Professionals. And for the third one is Erasmus Joint Masters. And the beautiful thing about this Erasmus is once you get admitted into Erasmus, you do your masters in at least 2 or 3 different European countries, and you get like multiple certificates. Like if you do the cyber marks, for instance, that's in applied security, cyber security. You maybe do some time in Germany, some time in Turkey, and some time in North Macedonia, and you get like maybe 2 or 3 certificates, like double degrees for some of these programs. So there's also big data management and analytics, data science. So is there one further, or are you good?
Yes, I'm good, sir.
Okay, nice. So just do it at your end to end, ask more questions, explore further, and all of that. Yeah, so let's go on and see who is next. Okay, Moruf is readier, so to speak. Okay, so but before that, I have Olabayo Caleb, political science. Yeah, political science. Let's see what we can get on political science. Okay, nice CGPA. I have a degree, political science and education, Plateau State. Okay, fully funded masters. Europe, Australia. Oh, now this is serious. I hope I have not. I'm not subscribed on Grok. Okay, I need a fully funded master's scholarship in any of public policy, peace and conflict resolution, or master's research. I prefer Europe, Australia, or New Zealand. Okay, while we're at this, right? Let me see. Okay, in case you are not aware of the, we've had this is not the 9th webinar, so we have a number of webinars that we've done in the past. So you can just come to playlists and then you look for opportunities with EJD. Well, by the way, if you're also a mathematician and you need classes on almost any topic in mathematics, I have comprehensive studies on all of this, on different areas of math and data science too. Like I have data. If maybe you've been worrying, if you don't know Microsoft Excel, you have a comprehensive playlist. There's data analysis with Python. There is SQL, SQL, like they call it, and there's machine learning too. But we are here for opportunities with EJD. There's LaTeX typesetting if you want to learn about LaTeX. Or if you want to make YouTube videos, maybe you want to teach maths or do whatever on YouTube, I have some YouTube tips for you. But these opportunities with EJD. So far we have many. We've talked about scholarships in Hong Kong, in Japan, in the US, and all of that. So I'm just going to share this link now. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe so you can always, because for instance, this is being recorded and we are going to, I'm going to upload on the channel. So in case there's anything you miss. All right, sir. All right, sir. All right, sir. So I'm putting the YouTube link here. So that leads you to the playlist we've had so far on opportunities with EJD. Different. So there are general talks about scholarship. I think at some point I even had a one-on-one session like this, trying to show people how to look for scholarship on the internet. But this AI one is a totally different one. Like this one, the advantage of this one is that it aggregates all your information in one place. So it gives you all the information you need in one place. So yeah, so that's the benefit of this one here. Was unable to reply. Something went wrong. Why? Why? Okay, so if you're unable to do that, maybe I'll have to switch to another one. Let me see first. Let me really see what's wrong. So we're still on Olabayo Caleb, right? If Grok doesn't work, maybe we may have to check out Claude. I learned Claude is doing some magic. I've not been using Claude that much, actually. Okay, Olade, Taiwo, yeah, thank you. You have a question? Please go ahead.
Okay, Prof, well done. Good afternoon from here.
Good afternoon.
Well done. Thank you so much for this. It's been very, insightful. And this is the second time I'll be having this. Well done.
Nice.
Okay, my question is, the grok that you use now, prompt you use, is it based on that template that you upload this or any other prompt, just to before you insert this?
It's the same template. Just copy and paste and run. That's all. No special thing. Write your template, go to Grok, paste it and enter. That's all. And it will help you it will search the internet for you and aggregate all the information you need.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Special,
so can we also get this using ChatGPT?
Yes. The problem I have with ChatGPT can do it. Okay, no problem. I'm going to do this this one now, this political science person, I'm going to do that. I'm doing it on Grok now. So let me open ChatGPT and do the same, and you see, ChatGPT doesn't seem to, the top 2 AI tools I use are ChatGPT and Grok, but I prefer ChatGPT for maybe I want to develop a mathematics curriculum, or I want to write codes or debug codes. But for Grok, if I want to have intellectual conversation or I want to look for information, ChatGPT can do it. I mean, ChatGPT is not doing a bad job too, right? But somehow I'm just drawn to Grok when it comes to this particular kind of search, because that one literally does some research before bringing it. So ChatGPT is not bad too, but I prefer Grok. For now, I sincerely prefer Grok. So another AI that people have been shouting about is Claude. So you can also check Claude. I mean, for the most part, you can use them for free, except you want to now do very serious stuff. So you can even do it on all the platforms and see which one does better, which one does best, right? So now I'm using Grok, I'm using ChatGPT, and I'm using Claude. Yeah, you can see Claude. I think Claude is excellent too. University of Queensland, Australia. So this is for the political science person. Australia Award Scholarships, fully funded. University of Otago in New Zealand. Australia National University, Master of Peace and Conflict Resolutions. But did you specify you're looking for scholar? Oh, fully funded, exactly. Yeah, so recommended steps, Australia awards come tops. So you want to check that out. For Norway and Australia, you have PRIO, Bloiknes College, something. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay. So the political scientist, do you have okay, let's look for the Grok. Let's go to Grok. What does Grok recommend? Apply to that first. June to July window. So did you see that? I think the Grok is I mean the Germany thing is actually that Helmut Schmidt program master scholarships for public policy and governance. That's PPGG. So that's that's your top recommendation. And you have it's fully funded actually. Nice stipend there, by the way. And then the deadline is between 1st June 2026 and 15th July. So it's not open yet. So you can take this time to really get your motivation letter, CV, your transcript, your recommendation, and proof of engagement together. Then for Erasmus, that's your number 2. Yeah, there are various programs across Europe. So the beautiful thing about Erasmus is that it takes you to different countries in the Schengen zone, Schengen area. Then you have Chevening Scholarship for UK, But I mean, you're number 1. If you can get that, if you get that, you're good to go. That is just like next for Germany, basically. Yeah, is that something you want us to explore further here?
All right, sir. Thank you very much for that. I guess aside from the Australia's award scholarship, which requires 5 years of work experience. Okay. I guess every other one is kind of cool. Although I did 4 Erasmus this year. I did Erasmus I did ILSPSD, got self-funded space with application fee, tuition waiver, but then the cost of living and all of that didn't allow me to take that. But then aside from I will try to check. I'll try to check the DAD again this year, and then I guess I saw Otago there. But I would like to see if you can help me check for something.
Otago is in New Zealand. Otago is in New Zealand, and it's excellent too. Now, one thing I must tell you is this: when you start applying for scholarships, maybe the first round you get no response. The second round you get response, but nothing. Maybe third round you start getting. Once you start getting, maybe they admit you, but there's no funding. It's already telling you that if you keep trying, you are going to get funding very soon. That's sure. So that's already the fact that some people are already you're already getting people are already you're already getting admitted without funding. That means if your next round of trials, you're going to get funded. So the key is never to give up. So you want me to check something up about Otago, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will appreciate that, sir.
So where did we see? Oh, okay, that must have been on Cloud. So I mean, like I said, you can use all the every platform that is possible. Or University of Otago in New Zealand, masters is it funded? New Zealand scholarships fully funded for students from eligible countries. Check current eligibility for Nigeria. The search results mentions $10,000 New Zealand study was specifically for this program, one for Maori, Pacific, and Native, one open to all. So though this appears to be a partial award. Okay, so I don't know. If you want to check that out, let me bring this now. So one thing I've been doing recently is, maybe if I make a start, I just keep it there so I can come tomorrow and say any update. It just updates me on whatever is happening currently. So, and finally, there are many opportunities that will just come, like, between yesterday and today, something new has opened up, which if you are searching all over the internet, even Google may not give it to you, but this one just aggregates all of it and brings it to you. So this is your Otago thing. Entry requirement, CGPA 4.32. What does it say about that? Convert to well above a B average, often equivalent to upper. Relevant practical experience can also support. Now, I think one thing I've been saying here is if you can volunteer with a non-profit on maybe conflict resolution or something, that can also give you some advantage.
All right, sir.
Yeah. All right. So would that be okay for you to continue to explore your own? All right. So all the best. Just keep at it. You're already there. You're almost there. So don't give up. I mean, one thing I keep saying is, if you don't give up, something will surely give. So I think somebody said, "Now who give up, mess up." So you don't want to give up, right? Just want to keep trying. So nice one. Sir. Paul Houghton, what's your question, please?
All right. Thank you, sir. My question is maybe somehow a little sharp contrast to what we are doing. I actually have, I'm a graduate of mass communication, but I have HND. Although now I'm doing my conversion to BSc presently, and I will be through in a couple of months. So my question is, do HND holders stand a chance of all these things we're talking about at all? Because
what did you study?
I studied mass communication.
Mass communication. What are your research interests? So for those who are asking for the YouTube channel, I just pasted it. In fact, I like to paste the playlist so that once you click on the playlist, you can see all the playlists, and if you're interested in something, you can just go straight for it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell also. Yeah. So back to Paul. So as you're doing this conversion, make sure you hit it very hard. Get a very good CGPA. Can you do that for me?
Yes, I will try twice as hard.
Even if you don't want to do it for yourself. Yeah.
All right.
So get a very excellent CGPA, and so with that can now be your edge. I mean, I've seen people that even attended National Open University that got scholarships, but it will not be that common. But there are people doing it. I know people who also have HND that got direct PhD to the US and all that. So those, of course, these things they may look like barriers, but if you are really willing, there are always ways out, right?
All right, sir. All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, so all the best, Paul. Let me go for Olabayo Caleb done. Okay, now Maruf is ready, or is readier. My fellow mathematician. So first of all, I mean, this is my YouTube channel, by the way, and if in case you need something on stochastic processes, surds, indices, and if there's a topic you don't find there that you think you need, for instance, I did stochastic. I wasn't thinking of doing stochastic processes when one of us here just said, "Oh, he needed something on it," so I just developed the curriculum, and by the time it was done, I had 60 videos on that. So I can make videos for. If it wants to math or data or anything, I'm always willing to do that because I also get to learn a lot in the process. What am I looking for? Yeah, Grok. Okay, so now the mathematician comes again. Yeah, so now you have more worded information, so we know what exactly. But for a mathematician, off the top of my head, I can tell you Erasmus is highly recommended. But I think that living cost thing now can be a challenge. So you can consider ICTP, and in Germany, DAD, of course. For Canada, you want to consider maybe University of British Columbia. But let's see what Brock is going to bring. Oh, maybe I should also do it on Cloud at the same time. You can see I'm not even signed in on Cloud, so I think I've used it before, but somehow I just stick with what is working until I need something that it cannot do. Then I can now search for new ones. So I'm not okay. I don't even know what to say. Maybe I can say I explore, right? But sometimes I don't look for. I save my energy. As far as something works, I keep working it until I need something else. So this is me signing into Claude. Yeah, head Claude is doing some very, very, very serious things. Like building websites with just a prompt and all that. Aha, see, now money the first bring. See them? See them? I mean, I'm not ready. And one beautiful thing is that if you are using a platform and once they start asking for money, there's most likely another platform that is totally free that even probably does a better job. So before you spend money, be sure you really need to spend it. The only platform I've subscribed to is ChatGPT because it helped me a lot with my curriculum development and coding. So, and Japan has made it cheaper. You can use anything as far as it is called AI. Now you can see Grok is messing up. Grok is like that person who starts doing shakara because they think they are the best. But now it is cases like this that make me move on to other platforms. Okay, this is this is still the math person. Okay, it was because that one did not answer the other time. Okay, let's see. I guess let's go chat GPT for this now. So let me remove this. Yeah. Okay, it's recommending Fulbright foreign student program. That's the US. There is Vania Canada Graduate Scholarships for Canada, and there's Pierre Elliott Trudeau Foundation. Is Maruf taking note of this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Vania in Canada. There's Pierre Elliott Trudeau Foundation Scholarship also. But let's hope this is not being made up, because that's one issue with ChatGPT. Sometimes it can make up stories that don't exist. Oh, it's just searching. Can you imagine? So that's why I prefer Grok, because Grok will do the search before giving you the solution, the answer. Oh, okay. Somebody is waiting. Okay, political science. Okay, I think I've done that already, so this can go. Yeah, you can see Grok is going on LinkedIn, going to universities, going everywhere, and it's now gather all the information and then give it to you. So it's confirmed when it is done. When it is done, giving you the answer.
Okay, sir. I think I'm using Gemini as my end here.
And it's working good, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Gemini is not bad too. I think Gemini was the first one that started with this whole, when ChatGPT started, if you ask it for something, ChatGPT must give you an answer, whether it is correct or not. I think it was Gemini that started doing the research thing, that it will give you information based on research. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So once in a while, even now, ChatGPT will give you made up stories, but it's actually better, to be frank. But that's why Grok started by giving you validated, like, information based on data, based on research. This is why I'm tired. Yeah, each time now, see now money, all of them they bring first. and I know send it.
Okay, I'm using Gemini because I was Gemini Pro. So
Oh, yeah, Gemini
it's
Pro.
trying to. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. If you're on Gemini Pro, then that's good for you. So Canada is recommending Toronto, British Columbia, McGill. In the US, what's be your CGPA? Where then they recommend Harvard? Wow, okay, 4.10, not bad. MIT, they are giving you MIT, Stanford, UCB. These are top schools everywhere. Munich, Heidelberg, and Freiburg. So you want to check data science and all of that. Then so the suggested website Scholarships Canada is helpful. FastWeb, there's also that. So have you been applying before now?
Yes, I applied to go countries like Qatar, Saudi. I applied like last year to 3 different schools.
Have you ever applied to Saudi Arabia?
Yes, I tried. Yes, there's one school I applied to. Yes, so that wasn't given admission. That was literally last year. So I'm trying to put in.
Yeah, I think if you do it again, you might just get it, especially since you don't mind, Saudi Arabia.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But so is it that I should go with masters instead of PhD directly? Because last year I applied for masters.
Yeah, if you're going to the US, you may go for PhD directly, but most other countries, you still have to go through. Maybe it's better to apply for masters. Yeah, but if it is US, they have what they call the MSc PhD track, and you can consider MEXT too. Okay, Japan is not part of your part of the countries you like, but with your CGP, you can consider Japan too. Because one thing,
Japan,
once you
right?
come to Japan, if you come to Japan for MSc, if you are admitted and you get the scholarship, in fact, once you're admitted, that's the scholarship itself in the first place. So once you get in, you can do masters for 2 years. And you said
the name of the school in Japan, sir?
No, it's not school. MEXT. You can come to any school, but as far as you have MEXT scholarship, you can come to any school in Japan.
Okay.
So like I said earlier, one of us in the group just arrived. She came to our university here. She studied animal science, and she just landed like 2 weeks ago. And in fact, there's this video on opportunities with EJD. It was the video that she followed, and now she's here for MEXT scholarship. Where is that thing now? Opportunities with EJD.
That's not open yet. Maybe
You said?
I saw it.
I think it's going to open in this April, and it's closing in June. So by now you should be getting everything ready. And if you need all the information you need is here already on this Opportunities with EJD playlist. So there's this number 3 video, MEXT scholarship. So this person, this person, we did this scholarship, this thing together. He was applying everywhere. And it was after my PhD when I returned to FUTA for 2 years. That was when I told him, hey, guy, why not apply to MEXT? And he applied to MEXT. Now he's in Yokohama. And so what we do is, as he came, the following year, so what I do is once I teach somebody. So by the following year, he also guided 2 people, and I think 2 of them came. One is maybe they are both in Osaka. And this one now, 2 of us together, we made this video. Like you can see, it's almost 3 hours, comprehensive information on applying. And then maybe we'll do another one now that we have a fresh person that has joined us. So she can now tell us the latest information about Japan. Since for me, my application was in like 2016, 2017. So things keep changing. It changed a little bit. So if you need information about Japan, this is it. There's Hong Kong. Then there is US. So we hope to do Erasmus in the coming days. One of our scholars also in the group is writing exams, so maybe when he's done. So we have something on Italy and on Hungary and Italy, and then we have something on Russia too. Yeah. Then sometimes, like this number 7 now, it was hands-on. So we came online like this, and we're exploring websites. But now it's even better because now it is about AI. Instead of having to jump from website to website, AI helps to bring everything together in one place. And that's what exactly we are doing now. So as a mathematician, you don't have any, the part is, in fact, Is that hello? Who's that?
Sir, please.
Yes.
Please, as we on this meeting, I asked my undergraduate supervisor to help me with the recommendation letter. That's for MEX.
Okay.
So I got his call during this meeting. So when I picked it, he now asked a question. So please, sir, I don't know if you can. He asked me that should he just use like online, like the web, how should I say it? Like should he sign and send it back to me for me to print it, or he should print it out and sign, then I should look for how I will get the hard copy.
Are you in the same location?
I'm at Ibadan. He is in Akure. He's a professor in Futa.
Right. Actually, the normal thing is he writes the letter, signs it, puts it in an envelope, and sign across the flap of the envelope. That's the normal thing. But once in a while, if your recommendation is not in the recommender is not in the same, like last year I wrote recommendations for people, and I'm in Japan, right? So what I did was I sent it to them, and they had to explain to the people in charge that their recommenders are not on ground in Japan. So I think that works sometimes.
Okay, but if I can get the hard copy, it will be preferred.
If you can get the hard copy, that's the best. He writes it, signs the letter, puts it in an envelope, seal it. So maybe you should go, if you can go to Akure if possible. For normally, I really that's some journey, right? But if you can walk
I'm planning
walk
to
around.
go to Akure tomorrow. So and he said if we can just if I can locate him, that we just print it out, sign, stamp, and
So go to him with your envelope. Maybe is it brown, that long brown envelope, and so that you can make his life easier, so you don't have to stress him. So once he writes it on his letterhead and he signs it, he folds it and puts it inside the envelope and seal it and put his signature across the envelope to show that you have not broken it, to see what is inside, something like that.
Okay.
So since you're going to Akure, that's the best thing to do.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. The E1 is just when you do have an option.
Okay. Then the second one, must it be from a lecturer or from the place of work?
It can be. In fact, it's recommended you get one from. When I was coming, I got all two from my professors in Futa. Actually, I got one from a professor and I got one from HOD because I was also a staff in the department. So it is recommended you can get one from your former school and one from your current boss if you have a boss like that. Yeah, so I mean that works. So Maruf, are you good? Is it Maruf I've been talking to? Oh yeah, okay, good. So you have all the options laid out like that. Oh, Barnabas, you still have another question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead, Barnabas.
Yes, I was asking if the MEX is currently ongoing in Japan.
It's going to. No, the application. Everything you need to do is in Nigeria. Every business you have is with the Japanese embassy in Nigeria, and that is in Abuja. So, but it is going to open I think it should open by this April, maybe towards the mid of April, and you expect it will close by June. So if you get the scholarship by this time next year, you should already be in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yes, sir, it's okay. But is it physical?
Physical what?
Physical application. Like I'll have to print out the.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you put your documents together and you can take it to the embassy or you can courier it to the embassy. I mean, that's one of the. Sometimes I don't like physical stuff like that, but it's worth it, right? Like, so you do everything. In fact, you have you download some documents, you fill them. There's health record, everything there. So once you have everything together, you put them in an envelope, together your own documents and everything and courier. If you're in Abuja, you can take it to the embassy yourself. But if you're not in Abuja, you can courier it to the embassy. Well, I mean, all the information you need about scholarship in Japan, this is it here. You have almost 3 hours. So this video will tell you every single thing you need to know.
Yes, sir.
So you want to check
I
that.
recommend it, sir, because I've viewed it. I downloaded it today.
Exactly. So it's everything you need is there for you. Yeah. So at this point, is there any some Olawanyi Samuel? I like this Olawanyi Samuel. You're a sharp guy. He says, what about us that are in our final year? What are the way forward, or how can we put ourselves out there? Number one, I hope you have a very solid CGPA. So that's the first thing. Get a solid CGPA if you can, because that's your first your first passport. But of course, if you don't have a solid CGPA, of course that's not the end of the story. But you need to put in a bit more extra work like that. So so that's the first thing I'll tell you. Apart from that, if you are not friends with your lecturers now, please go and I hope you are not part of those people that hide from lecturers. Oguchi, I put the YouTube link there just now. So so you check on the opportunities with EJD playlist. That's where the scholarship list are. And if you're interested in any other thing in mathematics, data science, you have all the playlists there. So yeah, back to Olawanyi Samuel. Yeah, in your finals, studying cybersecurity. Lovely course, by the way. So get a good CGPA, be friends with your lecturers, start being friends with them now, because you're going to need them for a long time to get your recommendation letter. So if you are the type that hides in school, you want to repent today, because one interesting thing happened, like maybe last month. One of my former students, he came and was like that he told me he didn't have a relationship with any lecturer in FUTA, where I taught him. Even me, that was close to him, he had not talked to me for like 1 year or 2 years. So he now came, he needed a recommendation letter. You know what I told him? It was even more annoying. If he needed a letter from me, it would have been easier, right? He came to me to connect him with lecturers to give him recommendation. So I was like, oh, if you're asking me for recommendation, maybe I'll pardon that. You didn't bother. You didn't even... Some people don't remember I exist until they need recommendation letter. But I don't care, because I just feel, oh, this is just my own way of, just helping someone. But your lack of social interactions like that can actually cost you a lot. So I mean, in fact, there was one case like that. The guy also came like this one, but I think he was wiser. So what I told him was, okay, who was your undergraduate supervisor? He told me the person. Who else do you need to give you a letter? He told me, and I said, you know what? For the next 2 weeks, start greeting them. Don't ask them for anything. Just say, good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for supervising my work. So he did that for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. After then, I now said, okay, now you have greeted them for 3 weeks. So you can now ask them in the 4th week for recommendation. And that was how he did it. So, but for you that you are still in school now, it's better you start, don't hide. Don't hide. Like, it's very easy for some of us to hide, but you don't need it. It doesn't help anybody. So then apart from academics, are you active in maybe your campus fellowship if you're a Christian, or maybe you're part of some association like say Rotaract or whatever, any social thing where you make impact on campus like that? Because at the end of the day, if you're going to a place like Hong Kong, you don't just care about your academic degrees, you also care that you're giving back to your society. Maybe you're part of a group that cleans up the community, whatever, anything that shows that you can volunteer or you're helping to make your society better. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Any other questions? I think we've had enough of I mean, by now you should be able to work some of these things out yourself, right? Yeah, Philip Benga, do you have a question? Hello. Okay, do we have any other questions, or we can just so like I told you, if you need more information on scholarship, oh yeah, I have my pastor in the house. In fact, some of my pastors have been here today, so please go on, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
I really want to appreciate your efforts on this issue of scholarship.
Always my pleasure, sir.
Yes. Firstly, about reference now.
Yes, sir.
Is it compulsory that your referee, whatever, has to come from the school you finish from, or anybody outside?
It doesn't have to be. If you can get somebody from the school you finished from, that's fine.
Okay.
But it can
Okay.
also be any, like for instance, one of the things I also do for people in our community, that scholarship community, is once you are in that community, I have helped a lot of people with reference letters. Like I can say that we are in the same. Maybe I have a mentoring group where the person is, and based on that, I help people write letters for sure. So it can be, of course, but it's also good if you can get somebody from the school you attended to show that. I mean, people can be wondering that, oh, you attended this school, how come no reference is coming from there? You may have a reason for that, right? But most times they want to see at least one reference coming from that place, if possible, or every school you've ever attended, if possible.
In fact, you've really spoken well about the issue of relationship and then not hiding in any school you are, and that is real. Because I just remember last year, during a lecture, a lecturer was telling one of my classmates that as close as he is to him, he told him blank that if he doesn't see him for about 2-3 months, that if he comes back, he cannot recommend him for anything.
Exactly.
So, in fact, he said as close as he is to him, he said if he doesn't see him for 2-3 months, 4 months, that he cannot, because he's not sure of his way of life.
Yeah, your
again,
current
so
status, exactly.
So I really got your message of not being hiding, no. If just to greet them, and once in a while just check on them in their offices.
Yes.
Yes, I think that's a good one. I really learned from what you have said. So, well, I think I've heard much about the scholarship, and then even from the questions you have answered so far. So thank you very much. We are really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot for always inspiring me, because I mean the fact that you keep pursuing knowledge. I mean normally if you don't pursue anything again, you have been there, done that actually. So when I see you doing this, and I'm like, wow. So it even helps. There are young people who are tired, they are not even pursuing anything. But you have, I mean, you have been in the educational system and you've done a lot, and you keep going. I mean, that's so inspiring. So thank you so much, sir.
One has to keep embracing lifelong learning, especially in this 21st century.
Very important, sir.
Lifelong learning. So that's it.
Yeah. So I think if I want to even deepen the conversation on the recommendation thing, like in my personal life, right? What I tell most people is not all lecturers or professors are friendly. Some, they don't care. Like I have professors that I went to meet them for recommendation. They were like, I beg, leave me alone. So you want, especially people that are still in school, you want a lecturer that is upwardly mobile. You know, those kind of people that if there are some professors, if you need recommendation from them, even if you are in Abuja, they will tell you to come to Lagos just because of recommendation letter. You don't need all those old school people. So you need people who understand that, beyond teaching and everything. So for me, it is part of, if I'm charging $1 for every recommendation letter I've written in the last 7 years, by now I should have a big mansion in Banana Island. Just $1.
Wow.
But for me, I see it as my own contribution. I mean, I knew what I went through trying to get those things. So I have made myself that person who, at least, when it comes to application, there's one. I'm that one person you don't have to worry about. You don't even have to. Of course, some people also take this for granted. They take my generosity for granted. There's people, they just apply for scholarship. They don't even care to tell me. I just see the recommendation, and sometimes before they even tell me, I've responded, and they're like, oh, so it is when they are now informing me that I tell them, oh, I've already done it. So because for me, I really feel, I take it as a responsibility that, one more person's life getting better. There's hardly any country I get to today that I don't have somebody I can say this is, I mean, I recommended this person, or I've taught this person, or I gave this person idea. So that, I mean, I also know I'm sowing into my own future too. So but some people don't have that kind of understanding. So you want to look for people who have this kind of mindset, who don't see it like you're troubling them, you're burdening them. So some people will even ask for money to write recommendation. I've heard that too. Very annoyingly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So very
Yeah,
annoying.
one more thing about language now.
Yes.
You may, one will be lucky to get a scholarship or maybe at last in a country that is not really, maybe the real official language is not English. Okay.
Yes.
So this language something is also there. So can you just say something about the issue of language in some of the
Yes.
countries that are not really English-speaking countries?
Yes. I think the first thing I want to say about that is, as much as possible, if you can get a scholarship in an English-speaking country, please get it. That should be your number one priority. Very important. So for me, I made every attempt. I wrote IELTS, I got 7/9. I wrote GRE, I got 311/340 just to enter America. Somehow I didn't get in. But along the line, I just discovered God has different pathways for all of us. So, but as far as it lies within your power, if you can get scholarship in the UK, in the US, in Canada, in Australia, in Singapore, or even in Malaysia or South Africa where they speak English, fine. But if not, most of the times you can now use other countries as a stepping stone. Because, for instance, it may be hard to get into the US or Canada or any of these places at first. But if you do a master's, for instance, if you do a master's in Japan, it's very easy to go to any other place. I have personal friends who came to our university here after graduating from masters. I know one that went to do his PhD. At least I know two people that did masters here and went to do PhD in Cambridge. I know at least two that did their masters here and went to do PhD in the US. So sometimes if you're not able to enter English-speaking countries straight, you can maybe go to Sweden, Germany, somewhere. And then from there, it can be a stepping stone to another country. Because especially if you have kids, like, okay, for us now, we are in Japan, right? And no matter what, the language remains a kind of barrier. Even we've been here for 9 years. We speak, okay, for instance, when I get to teach, I only get to teach international students because my Japanese level is not that standard. And there's a lot more I can offer, but because the language is so, interesting, I thought I loved languages until I came here. I mean, I speak Ogu, right? I speak Yoruba, I speak French, I speak English, a bit of Hausa. I was learning Esperanto before I came. So when I came in 2017, I wanted to learn so much Japanese that I'll be translating and interpreting at Tokyo Olympics. But when I was introduced to the Chinese writing style, I just got tired. I was like, hey, just face your research, JJ. So it was that if I had gone to like Portugal or Germany or Spain, maybe it would have been easier because the writing is almost close to English. Because I mean, having learned English and French, I discovered there's a lot of similarity. So if you can go to an English-speaking place, go by all means. Then if you're unable to go, then you can use any other country, South Korea, Japan, China, as a step. I also know people who went to China for masters and then moved. Once you go out of Nigeria, even if it is to South Africa, even Ghana, sometimes it's easier to now go to the UK or somewhere else where you can speak English. So language is a real thing, but don't let it hold you down. That's another thing I tell people, like, go out, use it as a stepping stone, and then move to wherever you now want to go. And ultimately, God also leads, because I mean, at the end of the day, we don't even know where we should go next, right? But God leads us. So some people have it may also be God's plan for you that your own is you're going to be in Germany, and that is where He wants you to be. So you now have to open up yourself to learn the language and immerse yourself in the society. That's also another part of it. So for instance, I'm coming to Japan. I know it cannot be anything short of God, because I don't know why I couldn't enter the US in the first place. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Wow.
So it could only be that God wanted us here. That's all. That's the only thing I can say, because after writing GRE and doing all of that, yeah. So there's also that. Then some people are genuinely interested in learning the language. For instance, the lady that just came, she came prepared. Like, she can already, before she came from Japan, she can already speak Japanese, at least at some level. So she just needs maybe after 1 month, even she speaks better Japanese than me. I've been here for 9 years. So there are also people like that who are really interested. Yeah. Goodness. Can we get your question? Oh, okay. Sorry, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. To be specific, I want to talk about Netherlands now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What can you say about Netherlands concerning the issue of language?
Yes. Interestingly, Netherlands is one of the countries I'm really interested in currently.
Okay.
So one thing about Netherlands is that the official language is Dutch, but
yes,
you can find an average person you find in Netherlands can speak English. So in fact, I did a research on Grok that it should recommend to me the most English friendly countries in the world for an academic. And sincerely, number one is Netherlands, followed by Australia. Although the official language in Netherlands is not English, but they are super open to English speaking. So in fact, people speak better English in Netherlands than even a place like Germany. So when it comes to English speaking, Netherlands is not a bad place at all. And in fact, I don't even mind relocating to Netherlands because of that fact. So highest, I'll acquire one more language. I'll learn Dutch, but of course, you can still have your normal life because people. Then when it comes to research, even in Japan, my research is in English. Even my PhD studies was in English.
Okay.
So that's also there. Yeah. So I think Netherlands is not about, like, I can go to Netherlands even with the Dutch because an average Dutch person speaks English. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All right.
All right, sir. Goodness.
All right.
Sorry for keeping your hand up for so long. Yeah, Germany doesn't joke with their language. Very true. Very true. Pretend that I don't understand English, but because they feel their English is bad. Yeah, please go ahead, Goodness.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for this amazing webinar. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I have some people from here today. In fact, one of the things I'm going to do after this webinar is to call my supervisor and wish him Happy New Year. I need to do that.
Yes. In fact, I was going to say that I advise people like I have people in my life now that every month I must greet them. Well, whatever happens, then don't miss their birthdays, don't miss their wedding anniversaries and everything, because you don't want to come off as a user. I've had to block people who are some people are just users. In fact, I looked at I'm sorry for cutting you off actually, because I'm really passionate about this recommendation thing. Somebody reached out to me like maybe last month. I've written recommendation letters for her before. I just discovered that every conversation we have ever had was whenever she needed something from me. No Happy New Year, no happy birthday, nothing. It's just, sir, I'm applying to one school, I need recommendation. That is a user. You don't want to come off as a user. And one thing people don't know is there are people in this world that if I am dying and I see their recommendation request, I'll wake up first and write the recommendation letter before I go, because of relationship. But people don't understand that. They just want to be users. If you have a good rapport, it's very, there are people now, once I see their as I'm talking now, once I see their recommendation, I'm writing it, because I don't want it will not even, in fact, I have sent it before they even tell me they applied for something. So BRS minimum, since we have a good Happy New Month culture in Nigeria, every month at least just a Happy New Month. God bless you, sir. Thank you for the last recommendation. Then they are doing. I have people that I have people on WhatsApp that I see them, greeting people all over the place. But when they need money, they know where to come to, right? But very funny people like that, all over the place. You don't want to be that person, right? You don't want to be a user.
Yes, sir.
Please
Thank
go ahead.
you so much, sir.
Yeah.
All right, sir. So I would like to ask, for me, I'm not just interested in going for my master's, but I would also like to reside outside Nigeria. So I just wanted to use the school route. Sir, I want to ask, because I've been making research ever since I told myself this is the route I want to follow. I've started reading and making some research, and so far I've seen some articles warning about certain courses, because after schooling it might be a bit difficult to secure a job, sponsorship might be very hard and all that. So I wanted to ask, for someone that is interested in going through school route, are there courses one should avoid so that you study these courses and they'll send you back to your country because of lack of job or other things? Then for someone that is interested in that route that I want to take, what and what do I need to put into consideration? So after my master's, I'll know how to settle down fully and I won't stress myself over jobs. So are there high demanding jobs that one should pay attention to when looking for scholarships? Are there courses that one should avoid because this is 2026 and some disciplines are outdated or they're not high in demand? Thank you, sir.
Wow, this is serious. Did you go to school to study question engineering? This is serious. Okay. Nice question. What? Yeah, this is very, very valid because just like I said, right? There's no hard and fast rule about these things. But if there are some things, if you read seven habits of highly effective people, one of the lessons you learn from that is think about the end from the beginning, and that's exactly what you have done, and that is very excellent. Now, number one, there are some countries, once you finish studying, you should go. They don't want you to stay. That's there. So you want to find out those kind of countries, and there are some countries, once you've lived there for 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, you can become a permanent resident. And after some time, you can become a citizen. You should also find out about that. So, because at the end of the day, you want a place you can call home, right? Even if you don't need to, but there's nothing stopping you from, maybe you have a PR in a country, so it means anytime, any day, you can go back to that country, right? So that's part of the research you want to make. So, one thing I used to tell people, even like 5 years back, is the fact that if you know you want to stay back, don't go to a place where they don't want you to stay back, or once you know they don't want you to stay back, so you can now use the place as a just like the language issue too. So if you know that where you have come to, they don't care. I still know maybe places like Australia, Canada, although all these rules are becoming stricter these days. I know places like Australia, Canada, Ireland, after you stay there for, maybe if you work there straight for 5 years or something, you can get PR. But some okay, thank you very much, Caleb. New Zealand, Australia, Canada have this kind of thing. So New Zealand, Australia, Canada. So those are your answers right there. So if you are considering that I want to stay after I am done, those are the places you are thinking of. I think Ireland is like that too. I think so you want to watch out for all of that for sure. Then talking about the kind of courses to study, of course, there's this buzz about STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That is why mathematicians like us can be proud, because anywhere you go to, maths has. But of course, you don't just want to also study maybe even if you study maths, you want to study a maths that is applicable. But final story about this course thing is, even if you are studying philosophy, can you add AI to it? When I made this poster about AI for looking for scholarships, our group, we've had 3 WhatsApp groups for the past, maybe since 2022 for WhatsApp. In fact, goodness Alpha, you came here because of AI. No, be so.
True, sir.
Exactly. So one thing I've discovered these days is, if you are selling sand, just add AI to it. Just say AI sand selling, or maybe just say, maybe whatever. You're an HR professional, just say AI HR. Just find a way of importing AI into it, and the world will listen to you. That so there's every season you have things like that coming up like that. So yeah, so I want to recommend, you're already a STEM person, right? Or in fact, I have a friend who studied philosophy in Nigeria, but do you know what he does now? He's into digital humanities. Humanities are all these sociology, philosophy, all these kind of things. But now the guy is in. Yeah, I think he developed. He even had to go and learn coding, Python, and all of this. So he's very active with the use of AI, because even in philosophy, right? All those, their theories and everything. There's a way. So basically, to give himself an edge, is now into digital humanities. So can you also do digital HR? Or okay, for instance, my wife studied. Her trajectory is very funny. We studied maths together in FUTA, right? And then she did masters in non-profit management, and then she did PhD in sociology of communication. So, and her research is about, she uses the internet. So even if you don't want to hear sociology, when you hear digital sociology or sociology of the internet or something like that, you want to pay attention. So find a way of bringing AI into anything you are doing. I think that's the summary of the story. Yeah. So choose a country that will not mind you staying after studying, and then find a way of bringing AI into what you're doing, basically. So today, I think there's a buzz about AI in science. I saw a job role, I think in Netherlands. So you can see I'm really interested in Netherlands these days. So the job is they need an assistant professor for AI in science. AI in science. So maybe you can have AI in HR, AI in education, AI in anything, AI in philosophy, AI in anything. Just bring AI and you should be good. And of course, maybe tomorrow it will be something else. Just make sure you're positioning yourself in that next place that something is going to happen, basically. So one time it was STEM, now it is AI. So bring STEM and AI or whatever you're doing, add AI to it, and you're good. Is that cool?
Prof?
Yes, sir.
Just about the issue of AI.
Yes.
And I just sent you an information recently about a particular PhD position in Netherlands.
Yes,
so,
sir.
And the position is generative artificial intelligence in education. So something like that.
Exactly. Yes.
Generative artificial intelligence in education. So I've just gotten your message. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very important.
Thank
so
you. That's
I
good.
think we have Motunrayo Akinola. Your question, please. Well, it's actually time, so we should be rounding off. But I'll take the questions available. I'll take Motunrayo and Chidima, then we can call it a day.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. I'm actually one of your very good followers on Facebook, and I want to say thank you very much for this webinar. I am very grateful, sir.
Always my pleasure.
Yeah, so the thing is, I studied secretarial studies in school, and I have my HND. But along the line, I realized that my passion is actually into cooking. Like, I love to cook. But recent, I
I know you. Did you attend? Are you in Ogbomoso or somewhere?
No, I'm in Ibadan.
I think I know you.
I'm
okay, please go ahead.
on Facebook. Yeah.
Rehoboth, exactly. Yeah, I remember.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, afternoon. Interesting.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so of recent,
just because
actually,
you keep us salivating on Facebook. Thank you.
It's not my fault. It's a ministry. It's a call.
It is well.
so of recent, sir, I just got tired of posting like. I don't just want to be like a regular food vendor. I don't just want to cook jollof rice, fried rice because everybody are just doing all of that. I think it was while I was just studying at a moment that I was just thinking, how can we eat and prevent some kind of illness, sicknesses from happening to us as individuals here? Yes. But the thing is, I have a art background. I do not have a science background. So that actually pushed me to making research online. Like, okay, the schools outside the country, majorly scholarships and all of that. So I realized that there are some scholarships for people that have talents in some countries. Yeah. Then I thought that there are some people they can actually build a kind of YouTube presence, an online presence, actually, either YouTube, Facebook, or anywhere, and create a page and use that as a kind of backup. I think for motivational or something related to the scholarship later on. Yes. So the thing is, I've been making a whole lot of research. I have a whole lot of information on it just between the space of like 4 or 5 months. But I want to ask you, sir, if you are to advise me basically on food that heals, that prevents illnesses and all of that, which country would you advise? Then what kind of scholarship would you advise me to put in for? Is it for talent, or should I go on the route of I'm looking for a job, I want to learn on the skill and all of that? That's my
Interesting.
question. Thank you.
Okay, so I need so we need to do. I need to get on Grok. So again, you studied Okay, yeah. Let's just put every information. Studied secretarial studies, right?
Yes, sir.
Secretarial studies, but passionate.
Cooking, healthy meals, especially.
About cooking healthy meals. Cooking healthy meals.
Yes.
Then what else? What you are looking for?
I'm looking for scholarship. I want to know if to go through the route of the route to go through.
You don't have any particular country in mind, right?
I love Canada, but I don't know if they do that in Canada.
Okay. Looking for funding opportunities.
Yes, and I actually need a fully sponsored scholarship.
So secretarial studies, cooking, funding, like everything may be all over the place, but there's a way everything can always come together. Now, do you have a training for your food business?
Yes,
Or for your food?
I went to culinary. Yes.
Okay, good. So yeah, I think, and you have certifications and all of that for that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Interestingly, it's like I have an example for everything. I have a friend in Australia whose wife is into baking, and she got to Australia, and it was like they've been waiting for her. So
wow.
I don't know what she did. Well, I'll ask my friend what that is. And are you on the WhatsApp group right now?
I am there, sir. I've been there for a while.
Oh, so you can send me a message. So when I get the information, so that means Australia naturally comes to mind like that. So especially you're passionate about cooking healthy meals. Immediately you said that thing, I just remembered this the classified podcast that Pastor Femi Lazarus had with.
I sat down with it throughout yesterday night. That thing was just giving me a day. I couldn't sleep. Yes, those are the kind of meals
because
that
it's your
actually
ministry.
come to mind. Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
So, but I think, do you have a YouTube channel already?
No, I don't. I only have a Facebook page where I post my things.
Oh, wrong now.
Equipment new now.
Okay, but you have a phone, right?
Yes, I do.
Start with your phone. Every day, just give us tips on if you have Ishaka. I mean, don't mind me. If you have Ishaka, eat three eggs. No, I'm just saying rubbish. Like I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying whatever. So just use that your phone, make a YouTube video, post it on. For me, if you want to be a content creator, fine. Let Facebook should just be your backup, because Facebook doesn't really care about your growth, but YouTube is very passionate to see you grow. So I think you should actually don't wait for the equipment. Start with your phone. I know if you can join this meeting, you have a phone you can use. Don't care about how good the phone is or not. So by the time you start delivering value, you start getting traction, and maybe people who start food businesses can start even influencing for them and everything. So start with what you have, and you see that doors will keep opening for you. So I think you want to start that right, like yesterday. All those times you're posting on Facebook, if I had known, I would have just said Facebook. Everything you see me posting on Facebook, it's after I've posted on YouTube that I'll bring it to Facebook.
Wow.
Because YouTube is really committed to your growth. I think you want to do that. So, but if you're thinking of country, based on what I know, Canada would be a nice place.
Okay.
I mean, sorry, Australia. I said Australia, not Canada. Australia. So you can also follow that idea of New Zealand, Australia, Canada, Ireland, all these places. But at least I know somebody who is doing something about food in Australia. So that's one thing. So I'm doing a quick check.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So here I have business.gov.au grants and program finders, food and beverage accelerator. I never knew that existed. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Boosting female founders initiative. There's something like that in Australia. Wow. States and territory specific support. Advancement Ignite program, matched funding. Wow. Victorian TAFE hospitality scholarship program. Whoa. This is serious. Okay, let me put this. At least let me just put this one. So this thing I've done now, just go to Grok and put in all your information and check. So, and this is why I like AI, because some things you never knew before you check for something, right? You can. So before you Google something, it's because you know the thing. But this one, so once you prompt it, it gives you information you don't know exists. So now I discovered this Victorian TAFE. TAFE hospitality scholarship program. You want to check that out, and things that are similar to that. Yes.
Okay, sir.
So there's so much more you can explore. Yes. So I have one last question, and we'll be done. That should be Chidima Ozogu, who won all of my books because she appeared at 800. I intentionally did not remind anybody in any of the groups since we have set the date. I think that's what we want to learn as Nigerians. Once you have an appointment, don't wait to be reminded. Just show up when it is time, because you have everything you need. I saw somebody who was still asking how to join when the information is really there. Like, just click on this Google Meet and join. So Chidima Uzogu came first, and she has all of my books that I've ever written published. Go ahead, please, Chidima.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I wanted to ask, your YouTube videos that you are referring people to about.
Right.
I've been seeing these Australian RTP scholarships, and actually, I wanted to know if you did any video about it.
Australian what?
RTP, Research Training Program. I think so, but
We
normally
don't have any
schools.
video on that yet. But now that you have said it, I know if I ask around, I'll find somebody that can help us do that. So please remind me in case I forget. We might come up with that very soon.
Okay,
Interesting.
sir.
I have a friend who is going to Australia maybe in the next 1 or 2 weeks. Got a PhD position. Oh yeah, Olabaya Kele, please go ahead. Olabaya knows something about RTP. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So I guess the first thing is this: the Australian RTP Research Training Program is actually a program that is funded by the Australian government. One thing that is very specific about the program is the fact that all Australian universities are eligible. All Australian universities are eligible. So whether you're applying to Melbourne, you're applying to Sydney, you're applying to what's it called, South Wales, whatever university in Australia you're applying to, they are eligible for RTP. However, we're having the issues of application fee, which is the reason why your options might actually be reduced. Like Sydney, for example, we ask you for 100 Australian dollars as application fee for you to be able to apply. And then aside from the application fee, another thing you would need is the fact that the RTP program only funds masters in research or masters in philosophy, masters in research, master in philosophy. So if you're applying for any of those two programs, then you are good to go. One other thing that you should also take note is that scholarship application is made alongside admission process. So immediately you apply for any masters in research program or masters in philosophy program, you are automatically considered for every scholarship you are eligible for. However, you need to take note of scholarship openings in those universities, because trust me, each university has their own opening for those kind of scholarships. A university might have their own opening for January, another university for February, another university for March, like that. And then one more thing is that some universities will ask you to contact potential supervisors. Yes. Forgetting the name of this university. It starts with M, not Melbourne. Forgetting the name of forgetting the name. But they will ask you to, that university will ask you to contact a potential supervisor. If you're unable to get a potential supervisor, they ask you to propose a research plan. So if the research plan is something they would like to work on, then they will assign you a supervisor. However, there is some other categories of university that they only ask you to apply, submit your proposal, and then they will do the supervisor allocation themselves. They would give you supervisors in line with what you have and the kind of research that the supervisor is working
Is it
upon.
Macquarie
Sir?
or Monash? Is it Macquarie or Monash?
Okay, that's Macquarie. Macquarie will ask you to contact potential supervisors. Macquarie will ask you to contact potential supervisors. Monash will ask you to suggest supervisors, although that's not final. You can suggest supervisors and then they work with your suggestion or even make nominations for you. But then Melbourne will ask you to just submit your proposal plan, and then they would work on your proposal plan to look at supervisors who are working on research areas that is kind of fitting into what you are trying to do, and then they would attach it to those kind of supervisors. And then aside from that, I guess for Melbourne will be opening their application on 4th of May, which is in like 2 weeks, I guess 2 or 3 weeks. First Monday of May, Melbourne will start the application for RTP program. And then one thing you should know is that if you are what's it called? If you are submitting your application for Melbourne, for example, before you can be able to apply, you would need to firstly submit an expression of interest, EOI. So under this expression of interest, there are some requirements that you must meet with. One of them is research experience. Possibly you have publication. If you don't have publication, they will ask for work experience. I guess 4 years of work experience. Aside from work experience, if you don't have work experience, they will ask if you've done any kind of thesis writing during any of your studies. So if peradventure you wrote your undergraduate project yourself, I guess that's going to be some sort of qualification. Aside from that, they will ask for the certification on your research project. I mean the undergraduate. So I guess that's where your supervisor during undergraduate process project certified your research. And then aside from that, they will ask for the name of your supervisor, they will ask for the school, then they will ask for your research proposal, possibly 2 pages or 3 pages mass. And then aside from that, I guess that's all they will ask for. So one thing about the RTP is that all universities across Australia, but you can just try to streamline your options by possibly using AI, just like today's class. Go on Grok, for example, list your research proposal, or let me say your research interest. Yes, research interest, and then ask for recommendations to universities that are top priorities. And then if you have money to spare, you can forgo the aspect of the application fee. But if you are somebody like me, you can also try to tell your AI to also consider the fact that you are low on budget. I would prefer recommendations on universities that either have no application fee or application fee waiver. I guess with that, you are good to go. And trust me, I guess it is very, very worth it, considering the fact that Australia offers a very clear path to PR. And then aside from PR, the scholarship is very hefty. $35,000. Is it 35 or $39,000 per year? Fully covered insurance, school fee, relocation cost. I guess 3,000 if you are coming from outside Australia, and other stuff like that. That is very, very good for any person who is considering fully funded scholarship. Thank you, sir.
Wow, that's a serious, and that's why I like this group, right? People share ideas. I don't know everything, and there's no way in 1,000 years that I would have been able to say what he said, because I barely knew about RTP. Thank you so much, Alabayo, for that. And that's why the opportunities with EJD is there. We have people sharing different ideas. So, and beyond these webinars, we have people sharing different opportunities. Lately, Tokwe has been sharing a lot of information in the group. I hope people are taking advantage. He's in Austria, and he inspired the stochastic processes playlist I just made. 60 videos. I'm proud of myself, and thank you for that once again. Thank you for the support all the time. So Chidima is saying thank you, Olabayo. So I think at this point, yeah, Zoe, because you've been my person, let me allow you ask your question. Normally we should round off now. Zoe, please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for this wonderful
I just read your
session.
message, by the way. So sorry, I just read it now. Is it the same thing you want to ask?
Exactly, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, please, if you can summarize.
Okay, so I gained admission to about 7 schools, like 3 in the US and 4 in the UK. And one of the schools in the US, I got 70% provost assistantship, but I've had to defer the admission. That's because of the immigration uncertainties, and it's really emotional. So
I can imagine.
Okay, so yes, for the ones in the UK, I only got just one mini scholarship. That's the Dean scholarship for Leicester. So I don't know what to do now. Like,
so you don't have full funding anywhere, right?
I don't have full funding anywhere except the 70% provost assistantship.
What about you said St. Louis gave you research assistantship?
Yes.
Isn't that comprehensive enough?
That is, but I've had to defer too. So they had to send me another letter that they'll be accepting me for 27. I don't know what to do. Like, I've started sending because someone gave me an advice to instead send code emails to professors in Canadian universities, and I've been doing
You can
that.
add Australia to it too.
Okay, I've been doing that. I've
What's
been
your
getting
field of
replies.
research again?
That's under environmental sciences, environmental or geosciences.
Oh, I thought you were a Texas.
Yes, but for research, you have to do something related to your undergraduates, yeah.
You
So
don't
because
have
of my
to, like, what
transcript,
do you do as an IT person?
okay, I do front end development. I'm a software engineer.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So
For
can
the thing
you?
is, okay, for
Yeah, because I'm
license,
thinking, can you do all these AI, LLM, blah blah blah? Can you do all that?
yes, for Leicester, I
Not really,
got
right?
an admission. Yes, I can do that. I got an admission for artificial intelligence, for Sheffield, that's under cybersecurity, and the other one, I gained an admission under data science, but it
Right.
has to do with something geology. Yeah.
GIS. Okay. That's
Yes.
that Canada, that America pay me, sha. That St. Louis would have just been the best thing for you because
Yes.
there's no
I
point looking for, even if it's 5% money they said you should go and look for. There's no point. So but how about, okay, since you have changed it already, well, the options would be maybe apply to other places. Now you've heard Canada, New Zealand, and Australia, they give
Yes.
them to PR. I think maybe Ireland has that. So if you I don't know if it is maybe that either you study or work in Ireland for 5 years, you can get PR. I'm
Okay.
not sure. So you want to consider Ireland also. Then so I think my major advice would be keep applying until don't partial funding will whine you, but don't cave in because
Okay.
doing a master's or PhD abroad alone is enough headache. Adding money to it is another wahala already. So I see people, they just because they are desperate, they just get something and then they are jumping all
Yeah.
over the place looking for money. I don't subscribe to it.
Hmm.
So I mean, if I had wanted to do that, maybe by now I would not like I got admitted to after doing all the wahala. I got admitted to Washington University in St. Louis. I mean, I almost got admitted, no funding. Then I got partial funding at Memorial University in Newfoundland, Canada. I got
Hmm.
I got admitted to Porto and Coimbra. I was number 11 on the list, and the top 10 was to get funding. So I needed somebody to drop from one of the 10 so I could get in. Who could drop
Hmm.
now? Then
Wow.
I got admitted to University of Technology Malaysia. Then I got University of Loughborough. So at the end of the day, admission is cheap. Funding is key, especially in the UK.
Yeah.
Admission, you can get admission in the next 1 month in most UK universities, but funding
Yes.
is the key thing. So
Hmm.
the fact that you are getting all this admission is already a sign that if you keep at it, you are going to get funding. And
Hmm.
what I don't want you to do is don't separate your tech from your research. Find a way of blending the two, and it will make your
Okay.
funding easier. Because once you can bring your tech into your research, it opens better doors for you.
Hmm.
So don't separate them at all. Don't think they are silo. Don't put them in different silos. You can. I mean, I know I learned of people who studied. I mean, somebody who is studying economics. No, somebody who is studying music but is passionate about economics, and then
Hmm.
the person study music and economics together. And tell me why that doesn't make sense? Because at the end of the day, the best of everything is the business of that thing. So there are many
Wow.
musicians who do the business of music and they don't get the best of the music they are doing. So there's a
Hmm.
business side of everything you are doing. So don't separate your research from your tech. That tech is a huge advantage you want to. And if you're already a software engineer, you can easily move into AI.
Yeah.
Of course, Grace now. Grace is our mutual friend, Grace
Yes,
Ajagbe, right?
sir.
She was
Yes.
a UI UX person and now she's AI engineer all of a sudden because she's moving with the tide. I think you want to do
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So
So
thank you
on
very
this
much.
note, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for coming. It's been a nice time. I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy seeing people getting opportunities and getting, moving ahead. Very important. And I look forward to meeting you anywhere in the world. I want to come to Netherlands and you tell me, oh, Oh, why am I saying this Netherlands now? Wow. I want to come to Netherlands and hear, after that webinar, I got this thing in the Netherlands. I want to come to Germany, and then maybe we meet at Frankfurt, and you're telling me, yeah, after that webinar, I got this. That's the testimony I want to hear, and I know God is doing it. Don't forget, no matter what, everybody, there's a scholarship for everybody. I don't care the grade you finished with. There's a scholarship for you as far as you are ready to put in the work. One of us here who spoke earlier, I don't want to expose him. He's been trying to get a particular scholarship for some time. Guess what? Like 1 or 2 months ago, he just sent me the message that, oh, Otibosio. So as far as you don't give up, something will surely give. And I'm sure the person did not even get the first class, or maybe 2-1, I'm not sure. So as far as you are ready, there's a scholarship for you. And are you ready to put in the work? So you have all the resources at your beck and call. You have people who can give you information in the opportunities with EJD group. So make use of that. And then one thing I see about for most people is that people don't want to explore themselves. In fact, I know people that they just wanted to get the scholarship and tell them you have got it so that they can just travel. That's if you are like that, you're not ready. You're joking. So you should be ready to do it yourself. You should be ready to read. If something is posted, read it before you ask questions. Sometimes you post something and people will ask you questions that has been answered in that post, or you post a video and somebody will come back and ask you a question that has been answered in the video. So if you want to be a scholar, because at the end of the day you want to be a scholar, right? Even if you want to jackpot, the easiest way to jackpot, to travel abroad, is through education. Even now, that's the easiest way. So you don't just want to go there, because don't be too concentrated on traveling that you don't pay attention to scholarship or studying. Even if it is you want to study and get a job, at least put in your best, right? Yeah, at the risk of talking too much, thank you very much for attending this webinar 9.0. The next webinar, I don't know if it's going to be Erasmus or RTP or anything. So of course, if there's any scholarship you would like to know about, just tell us in the group, and I'm very sure it's before we try too much, we'll find somebody we can bring as a resource person. So to your greatness, thank you. See you in the group as we continue chatting. If you have a question, feel free to drop it at any point in time. God bless you. So if you came late, or for people who will miss this, this video is going to be put on the YouTube channel. It should come up in the next 1 hour, hopefully, and you can watch it again and again to get to fill in the gaps. And for the previous ones we've done too, you can also watch to see anyone that interests you. I think, in fact, the first few videos I did, they are on general ideas about scholarship. Maybe the first 2, they were just general things on scholarship. So any scholarship you're applying for, and some specific scholarships you could also apply for. Then I have this simple note I always share, that getting foreign scholarships. So even that is a very, in fact, you can, that thing, if you can throw it into ChatGPT or Grok and tell it to expand it for you and prompt it, saying this is what you need, this is what you have, and you want to do that. All right, finally, I talked too much. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, sir.
Thank
All right,
you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
All
Thank
the
you,
best.
sir.
All the
Yeah.
best. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel I shared the other time, so you don't miss out on any information that is important. Yeah, so trying to stop recording now.